Hello everyone, it's me Samuel Taylor Ackroyd and welcome to this new trip report. Right now I am just walking to the terminal at Edinburgh Airport, and today I will be flying with the German national carrier Lufthansa to Frankfurt on board an Airbus A321-200. I'm rather excited for this trip as this will be my first time flying on board an Airbus A321, and the reason for this trip is to go for a few days away at Frankfurt Airport to do some plane spotting. So be sure to stay tuned for all the future plane spotting content to come at Frankfurt Airport over the next few weeks. Anyway, I'm just walking past the control tower here at Edinburgh Airport, and I don't have to go to check-in as I've got just my rucksack and my carry-on suitcase, so that will save me a lot of time, so I can go straight through security when I enter the terminal. So I'll see you all when I'm there. Alright, so that's security cleared. Security took just over 5 minutes to clear this afternoon, so very smooth and very quick. Now just approaching the duty-free store, and I'm just going to pass through it as I don't really tend to buy anything while I'm in duty-free. So I'm going to head to the windows in the departure lounge to see if I can see anything interesting parked up while I wait for my flight to Frankfurt.
Laatste oproep voor de overige passagiers van KLM met bestelling Amsterdam, vluchtnummer 932. Begeeft u zich alstublieft onmiddellijk naar gate 14. Shop High Street at low price.
Lufthansa operate a few daily flights between Edinburgh and Frankfurt, and depending on the time of year, there is usually either 2 or in some cases 3. One during the so-called first wave, which usually departs at roughly 6 AM, a lunchtime flight, and lastly an evening flight, which is the one that I'll be travelling on this evening. After waiting in the terminal for a few hours, our aircraft arrived on its inbound flight from Frankfurt, and you can see the inbound passengers disembarking the plane. This evening we would be boarding the aircraft through gate 18. The aircraft flying me over to Frankfurt this evening is this Airbus A321-200, registered as Delta-Alpha India Sierra Uniform, which at the time of recording was 14 years old and performed its first flight on the 20th of August 2009. This would actually be my first time flying on board an Airbus A321, so I was rather excited for this flight as it meant I could tick another aircraft type off my list of aircraft that I have flown on. The first few rows of seats on this aircraft were business class seats, which are basically just economy seats, just with the middle seats blocked off, and that's called Euro Business. Then there is the economy class cabin where I would be sitting, and I would be sitting in seat 6F, which has an excellent view of the right side engine. Now, unfortunately, the flight wasn't off to a particularly good start thanks to weather in Frankfurt putting us behind schedule, which the captain did make an announcement about and told us that we would be leaving around an hour late.
So right now there are thunderstorms over Frankfurt. We've just been informed by the captain of the flight. I've just gone onto flight radar 24 and I've seen that aircraft are starting to land at Frankfurt Airport again. Quite a few of them have done quite a bit of holding over the airport, but they're starting to land, so that's a good sign. Although hopefully I've not just jinxed myself by saying that, but I'll let you know if anything happens. But great job to the crew for keeping us informed, and also thanks to the crew for handing out free bottles of water, which is definitely needed as it's quite hot right now. So the crew have once again just come around the cabin, this time giving out Lufthansa chocolate. I definitely have missed these, so I'm very, very glad to have gotten one because Lufthansa chocolate is really, really nice. Absolutely love it. German chocolate is absolutely lovely, so thank you to the crew on this flight for handing them out during the delay. A little update on the flight. It doesn't appear to be all that busy. There's quite a lot of free seats scattered around. I did have two passengers sat next to me, but they moved to another row to space out, which means that I've got an entire row of seats to myself. So this is definitely a great flight so far, despite the delay. An entire row to myself, a free Lufthansa chocolate, and a bottle of water, which is definitely needed right now because of how hot it is. Hopefully we'll be on our way soon. Right now they're just they were just offloading some cargo, but now they're moving the vehicles away from the aircraft. So I'll see you all when we're pushing back from the gate and finally getting on our way to Frankfurt. Alright, so it has been almost an hour since I filmed that last clip, and we're still on stand here in Edinburgh. However, we've been informed that we are able to push back and get underway at 7:20 in the evening, which will be in less than 10 minutes from now, so hopefully that's the case. So yeah, we've been delayed by over an hour. Personally, I'm not all that bothered by it, but I'm sure that there are some passengers on this flight that are quite frustrated by it. But there's nothing that we can do. All we can really do is just wait and see what happens, which will hopefully be pushing back in less than 10 minutes, like we've been told that we're able to do.
So at around 7:25 in the evening, we were finally pushing back about an hour and 25 minutes behind schedule. Even though the weather had improved in Frankfurt a lot sooner than this, we had already gotten our new departure slot, which was scheduled for approximately 7:20 in the evening and could not be changed again. Despite the delay, the flight was still going well, for me at least. Great communication from the pilots about the delay, and friendly crew passing through the cabin with chocolate and water. I do feel bad for the passengers who would end up missing their connecting flights, although those passengers would be given information about all of that later on in the flight as we were approaching Frankfurt. Luckily for me though, Frankfurt was my final destination, so I didn't have to worry about missing a connecting flight this evening. Anyway, enjoy the takeoff from runway 06 and the climb out footage.
we're finally in the air and on our way to Frankfurt. I will now give you a seat tour of seat 6 Foxtrot on board this Lufthansa Airbus A321-200. So the leg room is very generous for someone who is roughly 6 feet tall like me. I would normally have less leg room, however, because I have a whole row to myself, I just put my backpack and my coat under the seat in front of the seat next to the one I'm sitting on. So that's how I've got more leg room, and I would definitely be able to cope with this amount of leg room on a long haul flight. There is a seat back pocket, which as you can see is empty right now. Just above the seat back pocket we have a tray table, which is very large and very sturdy, and it does extend by a very good amount and has 2 indents for 2 cup holders, whereas most airlines just have 1 indent. So here we have the safety card for Lufthansa's A321 Series 100 and Series 200. Nothing too special, but it gets the message across, and I think it's a very good design as well. Here is Lufthansa's onboard delights menu. However, keep in mind that I did have to reach over the seat in front of mine to claim this because every seat in my row was missing one of these. So the onboard delights menu has a very limited selection of food and drinks on offer, but nonetheless there is still a decent amount of snacks and sandwiches and drinks on offer. But I got some drinks and snacks in the departure lounge at Edinburgh Airport, and the crew are actually doing the onboard delights service right now as we speak. Let me see if I can put this back in with just one hand. Yes. Here is the World Shop, which has a very good selection of things to buy, ranging from electronics to aircraft memorabilia as well, which is definitely very attractive to avgeeks like myself. So there's some models on offer, including one of Lufthansa's livery. Personally, I don't really buy anything on board, but it's good to flick through if you're bored. But the fact that Lufthansa offers aircraft memorabilia on board their flights is definitely very appealing to aviation enthusiasts like myself. Pretty good amount of watches on offer as well. So it's definitely very good to flick through if you're bored. And then last but not least, we have a sick bag, which hopefully will not be needed. I don't normally need them, but you never know. Okay, I think I might have just crumpled up the sick bag. Not that it really matters to me anyway. So there's a QR code to scan to check out Lufthansa's onboard Wi-Fi, and at the side of each seat there is a small coat hook. There is also a little button on the armrest here, which can be used to recline the seat. Let me just test it to see if it's any good. Okay, so you can't recline the seat back very far. Not that it's needed for short-haul aircraft, and it's definitely not needed for flights lasting only roughly 2 hours. At least I personally don't need it, and I'm not going to have my seat reclined because there's a passenger sitting behind me, and I don't want to make her have less legroom when I don't even need to have my seat reclined or anything. So even though the recline's not great, it's still nice that these seats have that bit of recline. As for the seats themselves, I think they are very, very comfortable. They're very well padded. They're not too hard and they're not too soft. They are just perfect in my opinion. And the highlight of seat 6 Foxtrot on Lufthansa's A321s is the fantastic view of the engines, as well as the wings. I definitely really enjoyed that takeoff. Having a nice engine view during takeoff and landing is always great. Yeah, it's why I reserved this seat for an extra roughly £17, but more on that later in this trip report when I talk about the price and stuff like that for this flight. So a cabin crew member is currently just going around the cabin right now as we speak with a second round of Lufthansa chocolates, which I'm obviously not going to say no to. So I'm going to have this, and then I'm going to make a trip to the lavatories, and I'll show you what they look like on Lufthansa's A321s. Oh, that chocolate is so good. I definitely can't say no whenever Lufthansa crew offer them. I just can't say no at all. So right now I am in one of the bathrooms in the rear of the aircraft, and well, it's a little bit of a bumpy ride right now. There's a bit of turbulence going on right now. So here we have the paper towels. We've got some tissue right here, the bin, and the sink, which has very good water pressure, along with the soap, and of course the toilet itself, and the toilet paper. So yeah, obviously nothing too special because you know, it's just a lavatory. So what more do you need? Nothing special at all. Well, you can see me filming this video in the mirror. There's a mirror shot of me. Hello. Not that it's relevant to this trip report, but I just thought I'd show it off since you can see it anyway. My phone case, I know it's a bit random, but as you can see, it's aviation related because it's got diagrams of the different variants of Boeing 747s, which for those of you that know me well enough, you will know that the Boeing 747 is my all-time favorite aircraft type, and I'll be seeing plenty of them during my few days away in Frankfurt, that's for sure. So I'm definitely very excited for this trip, as you can imagine. And of course, happy to report that the flush works. On the A321s though, I've noticed that they are a lot louder than what I'm used to on A320s, A319s, 737s, and Boeing 747s. The A321, as far as I'm aware, seems to have the loudest flush on any aircraft I've travelled on before. Anyway, I'm not going to keep this toilet occupied for too much longer, but before I do leave, I almost forgot to show that this bathroom does have a baby changing table, which is nice and sturdy and quite large as well. So that's the bathroom tour done. So now I'm going to head back to my seat so that way someone else can use this toilet.
For all other flights, we don't have any specific information. That's the reason why I don't mention them, because I can't. And our staff from the ground in Frankfurt, they will help you with your questions. And if you have a rebooking already, or you won't make your connection, please visit the Lufthansa Service Center. They will also take care of any hotel bookings and vouchers.
That announcement you heard just then was one of the crew members giving information to passengers who will end up missing their connections about rebooking flights, and also to go to the Lufthansa Service Centre after landing. In that clip you could also see that there was still some thunder and lightning, but it wasn't as bad as it was earlier. It was pretty cool to get some shots of the thunder and lightning. We were soon making our approach into Frankfurt Airport, but as you can see it's very dark outside, so there isn't a lot to see, so let's just skip to the landing. And with that, welcome to Frankfurt. Despite the delay, I really enjoyed this flight. The crew on this flight were fantastic at both providing a decent onboard service and also communicating about the delay. I also like the seats on Lufthansa's short-haul and medium-haul aircraft. Plenty of legroom is provided, and it's great to have that recline even if the recline isn't much. In terms of how much this flight costed, I paid £90 and 28 pence for the economy light fare, plus an extra £17 and 10 pence to select seat 6F. All in all, I paid £107 and 38 pence for this flight between Edinburgh and Frankfurt. I'd also like to thank the crew for allowing me a quick flight deck visit after we arrived at the gate, though it had to be rushed as I'm sure the crew just wanted to get home after that delay, which I completely understand.
Okay. Alright.
I will make this quick.
You're welcome to visit the cockpit anytime, but I think you cannot wait too long because all the passengers are out.
Thanks so much for watching this trip report, and thanks to Lufthansa for the great flight. Stay safe, and I will see you all in the next video.